That's not right.
It says we're live.
I'm watching the stream.
So now we all leave, and you're going to be by yourself and forced to do stuff.
I will just do hand puppets. I'm watching the stream.
You're not Action Retro.
There we go. Now you're right.
Hey! Yay!
Did you set the latency to low?
I don't know. Where's that?
I think he set it to 45 minutes.
Where's it at? In general settings?
No, your latency is
my headphones
way high.
Is it really?
Yeah, you can't change it now. We're stuck with it.
Yeah, what's that?
Okay.
It's about 10 seconds.
For future reference, where is that?
You have to find it.
Somebody's got their audio up on there.
It's about 10 seconds. For future reference, where is that?
Mine is muted, so it's playing through somebody's speakers.
Definitely not me.
That's me.
Jay? Is it on your
That was me
speakers?
on the Discord. Never mind.
I put on headphones.
All right, I guess I'll put headphones on.
Okay, so anyway, we were like, who's streaming tonight? I'm not streaming. Steve never answered, and apparently he was planning to, but this probably won't go very long. But Jay was like, I have a video I want to comment on regarding the Mac Pro 5.1. So, oh, hey. What's up, Mr. Foster?
Hello, friends.
There's Retro Techie. Hello, friends. Hail Santa.
And see, now we can sit there and say Dana's actually doing something.
Yeah.
Yep. How long is this valid for, though? Like, how many weeks, months, or years until he's not doing stuff?
This is a new
After
thing. This is going to
It's-
become a new thing.
It's
Okay.
a new day.
His last video that was on the bot was the 17th of January.
Yeah, that was my burn
That was a
pile
fire.
video.
He was
That was the
burning
fire.
stuff.
It was huge for about 15 hours. Did you fire Steve? No, Steve is eating apparently what is called a belated dinner, which implies you missed dinner and then you had a dinner to make up for it.
And then you say, oh, shit, I need to eat before I go to bed.
He said he'll be here as soon as he's done.
So are we not being politically correct in this video, or is this
He's
yeah,
asking if
what
he
are
can
the rules
swear.
of your channel?
Well, I mean, it's public,
Bruce
so we
or
probably shouldn't.
shot glasses?
We probably shouldn't do our usual unlisted live stream type thing.
But your channel is rated as not suitable for kids, right?
Yeah,
So then I think anything goes.
Yeah,
because if you do that, you don't get comments or.
Yeah.
I guess you still get ads, but
well,
Yeah.
if you swear your head off,
I mean, I don't
some
get them
people
anyway,
don't
but-
want to be part of it. So
I was going to say you can't even monetize quite yet. You still have 1,000 or 930 or 927 subscribers you have to get.
this turning point,
So-
bang, right here.
everyone tell your friends to
Turning point.
subscribe to my channel for posterity.
You know what's funny is I just hit the subscribe button.
Oh,
Are you kidding me?
son of a-
Damn, dude. These are your friends, Dana. Right here.
And
Jeez, I better check and make sure I have.
that's what we do to that.
Damn, man. I see how it is. Hey, at least I subscribed.
Yeah, after 3 years, thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. Hey, I
So
had to-
Dana is announcing his 500 sub giveaway that network server behind him there.
Yeah. What? That's a 9,600.
What did that be? About 10 years down the road or something? Or
At
Nah,
this rate,
like Bruce said, this is the turning point.
yeah,
at
I'm
this rate,
subscribed.
I will reach that when I'm dead.
Oh, Retro Techie wasn't subscribed either. Kick him out. Kick him out.
Oh my.
Oh,
Dana was-
Oh
nice.
yeah, my cat attacking the printer video. That was, oh my god, that was like 2013 or 14, something like that. Maybe even earlier than that. I don't remember, but yeah, I had. It's actually the printer that's. Can you see? It's on the floor out there because I need to put it in the rack, but I stuck it on the floor because it's huge. It's an
Hey.
HP. And it was printing, and he was like trying to bite through the plastic to get the print head inside.
At
It
least,
was
at
silly.
least you have 4 more subs than Retro Techie.
Nice. Bruce?
I just wanted to mention something very quickly for anyone who's watching this. I'm working at the moment, which is why I have these flip-on glasses, because when I'm working at a computer, I magnify a little bit. And if you're wondering what this this is super glue and
No, it's not.
super glue and bicarb of soda holding these lenses together because they're plastic and they fell apart. So just in case anyone is thinking, why does he have spunk on his glasses? It's super glue. Okay.
I thought maybe you
Yeah,
walked
okay.
past a magpie that had too much fiber in his diet.
Yeah. Actually, there was a cute little magpie in our backyard yesterday that was just sitting there checking
good.
us out. So I gave it a little bit of food. Cute things they are.
Hey, all right. That's good news, Jay. Okay. So anyway, basically, Jay has a video regarding the Mac Pro 5.1 that he wants to play, and we will do commentary to. And I have not seen this video. None of us have. Jay has. So
Yeah, this whole thing was slapped together with about 30 seconds of prep work.
I like it though.
But yeah, the video is from a guy called Greg Grant. He makes the definitive Mac Pro upgrade guide that Mac Pro users are probably familiar with. He's a nice dude. He recently started a YouTube channel as well. And he made a video. He uploaded it tonight talking about why it is game over for the classic Mac Pro. And I figured we can, play the video, rip him a new one, make him sound bad, look bad, all that stuff, and have some fun with it.
What if we agree with him?
But just comment. I just messaged him on Facebook, so there's no surprises there.
Let me hold on. Is there a way to put all of our little pictures on the left? Is this what it does?
Once the video goes up, it does it automatically.
Oh, so I put you like this, and then it will play.
I don't know. Want to give it a shot?
Sure.
Yeah, Dana's still learning how to use the software. So.
Yeah, I've never
Yeah,
done
it's
this.
good practice. So, am I adding it to the stream or are you?
You.
Me?
I don't know where to look.
Here we go. Here's the video.
Hey everyone, this is Greg with the Definitive Mac Upgrade Guide, and today I'm going to be talking about the fate of the classic Mac Pro. This is going to be one of those talking head style YouTube videos. Not going to be much in the way of fancy graphics, so you can go ahead and minimize this window now, maybe put at 1.25x and listen to this as if it were a podcast. I'm going to splice in some unrelated video so you're just not looking at me in this unfinished garage, as it's kind of embarrassing, but this is going to be my new workspace.
It's rustic.
So without going too much further,
Yeah, at least he has a garage he could use. Mine is
Yeah.
stuffed
Yeah,
full
it's
of
way
garbage.
better than I've got.
And
Yeah.
at least he's putting, looking at his wiring, at least he's getting his wiring where he wants it and stuff,
Yeah,
too.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And lots of space there for
pegboard.
lots of space for insulation there, so you can put some air conditioning in. I approve. I
Well,
approve. of this
remember,
guy.
we were talking about this just the other day on MacYak about our,
Ideal
space that we
space.
want.
Ideal
Yeah.
setup, yeah.
So,
Yeah. By the way, all four of us should have play pause controls on this video.
Okay.
I see it.
All
I
right.
see it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, yeah, look
All
at
right.
that.
Hitting play.
I thought that was actually in the video.
Yeah.
I'm going to be drinking this West Coast style IPA from Breakside. Not a big IPA drinker myself, but I figure it goes with the topic because it's a little weird and it's not my favorite topic. Burp. I shouldn't drink beer while I do this. I've switched up to a better microphone and now I'm drinking a little more top shelf. Where was I? Oh, right. I wanted to talk about why I think the era of the classic Mac Pro is over. This might be a no-brainer topic for some people, but for others, they might disagree. But these are my thoughts. This isn't to say the classic Mac Pro is not useful, but there's some big reasons why moving forward, I just don't know if it's worth investing more money into a classic Mac Pro setup. So let's start with
Money. I will agree with him there. But at this point, haven't we all already put way more money in our Mac Pros than it's actually worth for the most part?
Well, it depends on how much you bought the Mac Pro to begin with for,
Well, the one I'm using right now, I bought this for $2,000 in 2012. It was
Yeah.
already used, but at the time and up until this very day, it's a useful machine for me. Um,
So
and the
how much money
upgrades
have you
have been
spent on
done.
it since then?
Maybe another 1,000.
Mhm. I mean, if it's
PCI cards, graphics cards, hard drives, solid state drives.
Steve's triggered already.
Yeah. Well, you should have been here. You had a say in it. You can still join, by the way, Steve. Yeah, I lost my train of thought, so feel
Thanks,
free
Steve.
to press play.
Thanks, Steve, for.
Let's do a live stream. I'm half a bottle of Bailey's in, so
Steve, I want you to
fast
send out
right
a
now.
tweet about this video so I can get all your
All right,
subscribers.
ready to go?
Yeah, we're ready.
Yeah, go.
First point. Big Sur macOS 11.2.3 seems to be the limit for the classic Mac Pro, at least at this juncture. Right now, you use OpenCore, which is an open source bootloader to boot Big Sur and Catalina. This had the effect of also enabling features like the boot screen, enabling hardware video acceleration, and other features you would miss out on, like native updates if you use something like DOS-Dude instead. Even with all the miracles of OpenCore, we're not able to run a past 11.2.3 reliably. You can install it, but eventually you'll get kernel panics, and then the boot drive will become unbootable. What is
Okay, can I just we stop it
Yeah,
here for a
that's why-
sec?
yeah. I was just gonna
Can we
stop
just
this.
say it has been said now, so there's no need for you to say it, GT, okay?
No need to say what?
What he just said.
What he just said.
Yeah, no, I was going to sit there and agree with them on that. Is that that OpenCore is magical, but for what's happening now with it, it's and I don't think Apple's going to fix it, to be honest with you, unless it affects the machines that they actually say it supports. They're not going to fix that race condition, and it's so. I don't think, even though Big Sur ran fine on it, I mean, it runs fine. There's no speed loss or anything like that. But I just think it's, all right, let's go.
About the Big Sur changes is it changes the way the PCIe bus is handled and thus causes kernel panics. It's not just limited to NVMe like originally thought. This affects everything about Mac OS. Eventually, you'll end up with a non-bootable drive. This is obviously a bad thing. And it doesn't look like the next Mac OS will solve this. Number 2 is kind of in the similar vein as the last one. Windows 11 requires Trusted Platform Module, or better known as TMP 2.0. It's still installable, but now you're entering a Hackintosh-like state for even Windows 11. This means that at some point in the future, perhaps Windows 11 maybe at the final release, maybe never, but still maybe might not be bootable. So that also limits the classic Mac Pro even on the Windows side, which is...
I don't care. But that's just me. That's just me. I know a lot of people use Windows either for gaming or for testing code in different environments and stuff. I get that Windows is a big deal. Yeah. But I know nothing about Windows past Windows 95. So everything he's talking about right now, I have no idea. So,
well, getting Windows 10 to even work properly on a Mac Pro is a pain sometimes because, they took Boot Camp out, of course,
right.
So you can't do that anymore. And
they took out Boot Camp?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
The last Boot Camp that actually worked only worked with Windows 7. So
really,
yeah.
What have people been doing since then?
Basically installing it on a separate drive and using it that way, using the Apple, option key to when you do boot.
Oh, that's funny.
I had no idea that they discontinued Boot Camp. I figured they would with the introduction of the M1, but not before then.
No, it's been gone for a while, dude. Go look in your folder there. You won't find Boot Camp anymore.
Why would I go to that folder? You put it there. I have no need to go there.
Yeah.
All right, press and play.
Historically, Windows has supported hardware for a lot longer than Mac OS. There's a lot of confusion around this, as there should be, because Microsoft promised Windows 10 would be the last Windows, but here we are with Windows 11. This also has the effect of undoing one of the best things about Windows, which is very long-term support. To circle back to TPM 2.0, it requires a 8th generation Intel CPU or a Zen 2 AMD CPU, although I believe the 7th generation Intel CPUs are supported. This leaves a lot of Mac users in the dark as well, because obviously the 2010 Mac Pro is not a 7th generation. My third point is,
Now, I want to say real quick that if you watch any of his other videos, and same as his blog, the Definitive Mac Pro Upgrade Guide, this guy does his research, man. He will back up in his videos and in the blog. Everything he says, he will back up with links, additional information. So if you haven't seen it, I would definitely suggest you check it out, because he doesn't just talk for the sake of talking. He backs it up. So.
Circle back is the worst phrase. It is indeed.
Yes, I will. I will admit that.
the GPU crisis and the lack of modern graphics card support for the classic Mac Pros. This is because Apple ties its GPU drivers to the OS release. This is a infuriating design flaw, but it works for Apple, but not for end users. It's unlikely we'll ever see the classic Mac Pros run 6000 series GPUs, or at least not without some serious open core wizardry. Then
No.
All right, I just want to stop it there, because this is a topic that comes up a lot in the Mac Pro upgrade group, because you always see somebody, oh, I just bought a 6800 Radeon and I'm going to install it in my 5.1, and everybody's first thing they tell them is like, why? It won't work, because the drivers for the 6800 came out in 11.4.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore you cannot run 11.4 on your 5.1. It's like a catch-22.
Not even with open core?
No, because of the race condition. You're gonna corrupt your hard drives.
No, but I mean, if you run 11.2.3,
No,
can you
because
install
because
the
the
driver?
drivers are, remember, he just said it. It's software. It's in the operating system. The drivers are in the operating system, not OpenCore. OpenCore is not the drivers. So you can't
No,
run.
I figured like in the early days of OpenCore, you had the what was it called? The boost for the GPU to enable everything that's now built in.
Yeah.
I figured maybe with a patch or a hack like that, you could enable newer cards or something.
I think some people have said in Mac Pro Upgrade, unless you are adept at writing your own drivers for it, that's the only way you're ever going to get them on there, if you know how to write drivers for that particular card. And I'm willing to bet you AMD is not going to give you the specs to write it, and Apple's not going to support it either. So basically, you're kind of screwed between two. You're like a rocking up between in a hard place. So
Right. You totally massacred that saying, but I get what
yes,
you're
I
saying.
did. I know.
Yeah.
also, on top of this GPU crisis, old graphics cards are just absurdly expensive. And they're coming down slowly but surely. So used cards are still not in a great place, which further accelerates the timeline for the classic Mac Pro. It just doesn't make sense to buy a used graphics card or a used classic Mac Pro that you can't stick a very good graphics card for not a lot of money into. If this was normal times instead of the end of days, I would expect a Radeon 5700 XT to be like, I don't know, like $200. And at that case, that might make the classic Mac Pro more of a good value proposition. But right now, the type of GPUs people are selling classic Mac Pros with are not very good and will get absolutely trounced by the Apple Silicon. And for the fourth and probably the biggest one, the one that everyone's thinking about, is Apple Silicon. Right now, the M1 isn't perfect. It certainly has its limitations, but for a lot of people, this is a huge upgrade, even over the classic Mac Pro, depending on what kind of workflow you have. Yes, there's a lack of RAM. Yes, the RAM is shared with the VRAM, further stressing the lack of RAM. And yeah, you only can have only one external display on the laptops or two with the Mac Mini. And the GPU, while very good for an iGPU, aka a integrated GPU, is also bad when compared to dedicated GPUs.
He just made the ultimate not sales pitch for the M1.
The anti-sales pitch.
Yeah, I know the M1 has its strengths, but it certainly has its weaknesses. So,
Oh, I think the CPU, if they could figure a way to where you could actually add more RAM to it, or something like that, it would be better. But I think the speed comes from the memory being integrated into the chip, so.
yeah. Wait, can I, Dana? Can I hijack your stream for a second? I wanna try something.
Sure.
Where does this go? There it is.
Smash that like button.
Yes.
Hey,
Hey, we got 4 likes and 6 watching, so that's better than our average fare.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
It's like
I just wanted to click it.
80%? 75, 80%, something like that.
All right. Let's see.
Dedicated being like an AMD chipset, one that isn't part of the CPU itself. The Mac Mini is pretty great in a lot of workflows. If you've seen the benchmarks, I suggest you check them out. But as an M1 owner, I also found the hard edges, and the hard edges can be kind of rough. That said, I edit my videos on my M1, or at least I did until I got a 2019 Mac Pro, which brings me to the second part of this. If you have the money, the 2019 Mac Pro is amazing. The Mac Pro 2019, aka the 7.1, is such a big upgrade, and I'm probably going to do a video on it to explain why it's such a monumental upgrade, even though it's quite obvious for a classic Mac Pro user. With all that said, it is extremely price prohibitive, and I get that. But Apple does give you a vector if you need dedicated GPUs or a hell of a lot of RAM. To circle back to the Apple
Oh, he said it again.
Silicon, this is a very Captain Obvious argument, and you've heard this one before, but I have to say it because it is true. The next round of computers are going to be the ones you want. The current computers are the consumer computers. These are not aimed at working professionals, which is a significant amount of the people who watch my videos or read my guides. So if you are right now a UX developer like myself or a web developer, which is me too, the M1 is already so good. If you put any stock into the current rumors, which there's quite a bit, it really sounds like Apple's addressing all the major criticisms. That's being like the RAM, the amount of I/O ports, and even the amount of displays and the GPU. For a lot of people, this is going to be the one, especially people working in the 2D fields that are not video editing.
The one question I got about this is, so all the early adopters are going to feel like, remember when the first iPhone came out and they had the high price for it, and then a couple months later they came out with the lower price? This almost feels like we're repeating history again here.
Yeah, but we repeat that cycle every year.
Oh,
remember those morons, and I'm sorry if any of them ever watched this video or if it includes any one of you. The idiots that spent a few grand on a gold Apple Watch.
Oh, God.
And then you can't update the OS anymore. You're sitting there with stupid, as Bruce would say, but he's not saying it because he's busy working.
Stupid.
So, there you go.
Oh, come on.
So, I can buy the 2019 Mac Pro now, and next year there'll be something else. I'll buy that, I wish. And then there'll be, so people are always going to feel that way, I think. Or the first Intel machines were Core 2 Duo, and only a few months later the Core 2 Duo machine. Oh, Core Duo, yeah, right. I'll just put it on the screen because I can't read. Nope, wrong one. That one. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Same thing. So,
Yep.
I don't know. I think it's. But when it comes to the rumors that he's talking about, that Apple is actually going to listen to the criticism, and that just doesn't sound like Apple. I'm sorry, but I have no faith in Apple doing what we want them to do.
Well,
But
when has
hopefully
Apple
I'm
ever
wrong.
done anything that we wanted them to do? It's usually Apple does what they think we want us to do.
Yeah.
Remember, that's what Steve Jobs' mantra was. Is that basically it was like he pushed stuff out that he thought people would like. Not I don't think they ever did any like real customer research back in the day. I think they just pushed stuff out.
It was mostly, as far as I know and believe, it was purely visionary driven. Like, nobody wanted to get rid of the floppy drives, and Steve said, let's do it. I think this is the future. And he was right. So, but, it's the same dude that didn't want a fan in any of his products. So, not all the smart people are smart all the time.
True.
All right, we good?
Yep.
You're a creative professional who spends their lives in, say, the Adobe suite with Photoshop or Illustrator or Sketch or Figma, or even worse, the sad souls that have to use Adobe XD. For video editors and motion graphic.
What's Adobe XD?
I believe it is their user interface application.
Oh,
I just think it's funny that he's calling Adobe stuff trash.
well,
Some of it is.
Guys,
well, they did
gonna
create Flash.
yeah.
Well, Flash,
well, at the time,
not
for
to go
its
on a
time,
tangent. Yeah,
decent.
at the time, Flash was revolutionary, but it hung on too long.
Yeah.
be the most amazing computer, but it's going to be the best laptop on the market, most likely. It'll probably best your classic Mac Pro.
That's right, by the way. Macromedia created Flash, not Adobe.
That is correct.
That's true.
Adobe got it after the fact.
Oh, yeah.
And can anyone name any other Macromedia software?
Freehand.
Dreamweaver.
Director.
Cool. Extreme 3D.
Fireworks.
Fontographer.
Fireworks.
Fireworks. And
I only use Dreamweaver. And it
Photographer's
ran
fantastic.
smooth. It ran so smooth. Oh my God. Dreamweaver 4MX. What a beast of software. That thing was awesome.
See, Steve has
Shockwave.
enough time
I remember
to
Shockwave.
comment on here, but he can't be on here, right?
Come on, Steve, get in here.
Too late.
Come on.
Hurry up, dude.
Pro 2.
I don't care if you're
This
still
brings
eating.
me back to the conclusion for this video. I personally read the tea leaves and sold my classic Mac Pros. Well, all but one. My original 2008 that I bought back in 2008. I had two 5.1s, a dual CPU 2010 and a single CPU 5.1. I pulled the GPUs and put in really crappy GPUs, and I still managed to sell the 5.1 for pretty much what I paid for it back. I think it was about 4 years ago now at this point. So I sold a dual CPU computer for about $800 when I bought it for about $800. The GPUs, on the other hand, sold for a lot more money. The Radeon 7, oh my god, that one sold for a lot. And the Vega 56 sold for as much as the dual CPU computer. All said and done, that put me only a few hundred short of a base 2019. Even with the weaker GPU than the Radeon 7, the base 2019 Mac Pro is just such a nicer computer.
Oh, look who be there.
Hi. Steve's in the dark.
Hello.
So now Steve cannot be jealous anymore because he sold his Macs so that he could afford the new Mac. So if you sell your basement, you can have a 2019 Mac Pro as well.
If I sell my basement, I could buy a few Mac Pros, but I'm not doing that.
You could buy a bigger basement.
Are you
And
gonna
then
try
it
to sell-
would be empty and sad.
Are you going to try to sell at Goldman prices now? Come on.
No, I don't think I'd have to do that to make a profit.
So you've been following along, Steve, so you know what this is about, right?
Loosely. You guys are
That's
skating on the edge of getting a content strike by placing somebody else's video.
No,
I
can
just
actually do
I
that.
just talked to Grant, and it's fine.
I'm joking.
That was the question I was going to ask you, actually. And then these two guys were like, no, you can totally do it.
You actually can, as long as you're commenting on somebody's video.
No, I know.
Yeah. Plus, Jay got permission. The guy actually said, yes, it's cool.
I never talked to these losers.
I have proof. All right, let's see. What do you got?
I personally just didn't think I was ever going to buy a 2019 Mac Pro, even
Me
though
neither.
I secretly really wanted one. I could have afforded one, but I have a lot of other expenses. At the beginning of the video, you saw this wonderful garage I'm in. Yeah, that's coming out of my pockets because apparently in the future, nobody works from an office anymore. My current advice for
Is he
classic
going to live
Mac
under
Pro
the
owners.
waterfall?
Yeah,
Sorry, I thought he was
if-
living under the waterfall.
Moisture damage.
If there's a cave behind that waterfall, I would totally set up a shop there.
The J
That'd be
cave.
awesome.
It's too
I would
wet.
probably replace my desk chair for a toilet because I'd have to pee all the time.
It's too wet. And there's
I would.
bears.
There's bears. Too wet. Can't go.
Is to save your
Black
money
mold.
if possible. Yes, do those few upgrades that can keep you going for another year or two. Inevitably, Apple Silicon is the future, but maybe you can save enough money for one of the 7.1s or the inevitable 8.1. If not, then the Apple Silicon is still going to be a lot faster than your classic Mac Pro.
I think he means 7,1.
He keeps calling them 5.1s, 4.1s.
Yeah.
For games, that's going to be a little different, but that's an entirely different topic and not the topic for this video. So, my friends, as I sit drinking alone in an unfinished
finished
garage
that quick,
somewhere
didn't he?
out in southeast Portland, I wanted to toast to the classic Mac Pro because it's been a long ride and it's been fantastic, but I'm moving on. This is not to say the classic Mac Pro upgrade guide is going anywhere. In fact, it'll continue to be updated, continue to be free to use, and continue to have the latest information as it percolates out from the Mac Pro community.
So the rest is all beer talk, so I'll spare you. But
No, I'm an expert at that.
Yeah, man, that's probably good stuff, man.
Yeah, there we go.
so, I thought the dude makes a lot of good points, and I'm not gonna catch on fire and defend the honor of the Mac Pro just because it's being phased out. I know it is. I'm gonna hold on for quite a few more years personally, but I am not a professional that needs this Mac to earn my living. You know, I'm just, you know,
hobbyist.
I'm not. So, yeah, I'm a hobbyist. Well, you never work though.
I do so.
This is the first time I actually see you do any work.
That is a damn line, you know it.
And it's Sunday. It's Sunday as well.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it is, isn't it? How about that?
I
Working on
really
Sunday.
truly hope that one day I will have a 7,1, even if it's a base model. But I'm just not willing to sell my classic Mac Pros to make those funds available.
It's only a matter of time before they get to a reasonable price. I never thought I could afford a 2012, and it landed in my lap at a good price. So,
Well, you kind
Yeah.
of noticed that he sits there and says that
Mike!
those graphic cards went for a big price. I can pretty much tell you he probably got about close to, for that Radeon 7, probably close to about $1,800, probably $1,500 to $1,800 for that one right now.
Yeah, I saw the listings because he was listing them on Mac Pro Upgrade, and I know
Like
he
I'm
got a
putting
pretty
something-
penny for it. So he definitely came very close to, what is the base price of one of those things? $5,000 or something?
Somewhere around there.
Definitely got close to that.
He covered
All
a good chunk
because-
of it, yeah.
Yeah, all because of the GPUs, really.
Well, yeah, the GPUs are well. Right now,
And
to be honest
he
with
sold
you,
the
if
Mac
you're-
Pro. He said he sold the Mac Pro for what he bought it for 800, and he sold it for almost 800. So that's a good chunk
but
of
the
it too.
GPUs
Yeah.
probably sold for almost double what he got for just.
Oh, no
the-
doubt, no doubt.
So, I mean, that's what I'm saying is that right now with the GPU shortage, you could get, if you have some GPUs laying around, I mean, even older ones,
don't tempt me.
you can actually sell those and get a pretty penny for them.
think the best thing I have
Now,
laying
Toby
around
has
is
a point.
some GT 120s and a couple of
The
G4
120s, you probably
7300s.
won't get anything for.
No, all the cards I have are
Although they're good cards, I love the GT 120.
they are good cards, but
I love those cards.
yeah,
No. And Toby has a point. I mean, I would never sell all of them. Just as with the X-Serves, I'll probably keep about 12 of them just to be safe. But I have a problem selling stuff, because all the stuff I've sold or traded or given away in the past, I regret. And
I think
Bruce
we
has
all
a few
have
regret
regrets.
stories too.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, all of us probably do.
I regret selling things because I hear about it every time I talk about my 17-inch MacBook Pro.
Mike, you're
Are you using a microphone?
yeah.
Yeah.
I can barely hear you.
You sound really far
Is it
away.
is it in the same room?
I don't think it is that
Is it-
microphone, Mike.
Is it plugged in? Just well, there he went. Tap on the microphone so we can hear it.
Don't eat it.
Oh, there's
oh,
something
okay,
just
how about
happened.
There we go.
It switched microphones
Yeah.
on me.
Now we
it
can
does
hear
that.
you.
It does that.
Yeah, I have a stack of GPUs, like 3 or 4 of them that I got from an e-waste place, and I'm pretty sure they're all dead. But if I list them as is on eBay, I could be a jerk and probably make some money.
So what are we talking about?
Nothing.
We already played the video.
Nah.
It's over.
They were watching a
Yeah.
video and commenting on it, and now we're just stretching.
Which video is this?
All right, let's do it again.
No, and no.
Just tell me what you're talking about.
It was okay. So the channel is called the Definitive
Are you
Classic
talking,
Mac
are you
Pro
talking about
Upgrade.
his latest video about the Mac, the 2012
Yes.
Mac Pro is dead?
Yeah.
I already watched
Yeah.
that. I was the first one to like it.
That's not the
Yeah.
point.
For
We're here
once, I'm
discussing
actually
the video.
Very.
Sure.
Mac and the classic Mac Pro is not dead. Okay,
Good.
You're so
Yeah.
defensive, Michael.
We're
It's not
gonna
even.
drive them into the ground.
Well,
First of all, is this public?
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Is this marked as adults only?
No.
Is it unlisted?
It's not adults only, but it's
No.
not for kids
It
either.
is public. We even have people here watching.
Well, I
Sad
see
Mac,
there's
Retro
people, but I
Trekkie.
didn't know if it was invitation only. It's just like if I
No.
want to,
Oh no,
if
no,
I
it's
want to
public.
say fuck, then I don't want to get it. I don't want to get it
Dana, you get
demonetized.
demonetized.
We're
now.
far enough in that the algorithm's not going to listen for it
This
anyway.
is this
so.
is not a Mac Yak one. This is Dana does stuff.
Oh, okay, fuck it then. Sorry, I thought it was going to Mac.
Yeah, well, I can
No.
get one strike. That's 2 whole more strikes that I can go through.
He's like, I haven't even got
Mac-
monetized. I'm getting
The
strikes.
2012 Mac Pro is not dead. It's not even close to being dead.
Well,
he didn't
I don't
really
think he's
say
calling
I will say it's very cost prohibitive at this point in time to upgrade.
right. I think that's what he's
But
saying.
That's what his whole point
Yeah.
was, is
Yeah.
that it's not
But
dead. It's
for
just
those
that it's
of us,
prohibitive.
But for those of us who were smart enough, or lucky, I shouldn't even say smart enough, but lucky enough to upgrade ours before all this shit happened, like me and Jay and Steve were the lucky ones because we got our video cards right before they shot up like a
Yeah,
rocket.
I got mine for $90 used, and I was like, that's a little much to pay for it.
Well, I know Jay got his brand new, and I mean, but he got a deal on it still too.
I think mine was 169 or 179.
Mine's a RX 560 4 gig card. And I got it for.
I'm gonna
like
I'm gonna try and
140.
find the Facebook post that I got.
It does what I need it to do. So
I got an
Yeah.
RX 590, and I mean, I just paid like normal prices for that. It
That's
wasn't
what I paid
but-
for mine.
Yeah.
You can't even find
Well,
those today. And even
That's
if
the
you,
point that he was making, and the video is mostly geared. He says that in the outro that I skipped, that his videos and his content is mostly geared towards the professionals. Sorry, that use this hardware to it's not you can't get a strike for a burp. Come
no, I like. We had Dan on the show for crying out loud.
on. He didn't burp once on the show though.
No,
well,
no,
we
not
showed
on the
his
show.
video doing it.
Oh,
In
yeah.
the studio beforehand and afterwards. Yeah.
Yeah, but those are the professionals. Like if you're a 3D artist or whatever you use a Mac Pro for, you're gonna think, is this a smart investment? No, it's not. I agree with that. if you buy one now with the purpose of upgrading it to do your 4K video and whatever, probably a bad idea. I wouldn't. And I love the classic Mac Pro.
Oh, never mind. I spent 130 or something like that. Yeah, that's what I did. And that was no. I'm sorry. I'm trying to remember the date. August 2020. That's all I wanted to say.
I think, Jay, you got yours around the same time, didn't you?
When Mike got his, I think I got mine 2 weeks after.
Yeah.
Like, hey, that's a sweet deal. It was $150, include the shipping and the tax. I think I paid the same as Mike did.
Yeah.
And for the card that it is, especially with the help of OpenCore, I think I got a damn steal.
Yeah, you did.
You know,
Well, I don't use OpenCore, and I'm still quite happy with it.
imagine how happy you're going to be when you do use OpenCore.
Read
Well, I
this
keep
comment.
looking into. Matter of fact, I was even looking into OpenCore today, but I'm not really in a position to want to redo my entire freaking computer just to install OpenCore.
You don't have to.
Are you running DOS Dude right now?
No, I'm running Mojave. It's native.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
then
don't
it's
have-
drag and drop, and you're on OpenCore.
Yeah. There's no.
I have.
The only
Everything
thing
I
question for
everything
you
I
all.
look at online is saying, well, you need to make a installer, and you got to do this. and you gotta do that.
No. I don't know who's. It's only if you're installing it from scratch. If you're doing OpenCore, if you want to install OpenCore on your Mojave machine, like Jay said, it's just drag and drop.
Yeah, there's a few installers you run, and then there's an EFI partition that you have to mount, and you make some modifications to. You make a backup. Fingers crossed, you reboot, and it should be okay.
Yeah.
So that way you can have Mojave with Radeon Boost and all that good stuff.
Now, my biggest suggestion before you do any of that is to clone that disk before you do that, just in case something, because
Well,
you're
this-
messing with the EFI partition. And
This
that,
disk is always cloned.
yeah.
So
We have a
Retro
question,
Techie asked a question. Yes, is it that you don't upgrade to a new machine because of cost, or you really just like keeping the same hardware?
I cannot justify the cost. Like I said, I'm not a professional that uses my Mac to make money. I cannot throw $5,000 in a new Mac Pro, hoping to stay married and justify the expense.
I think this will
For me,
answer the
it's,
question. Who
sad.
bought one of these machines new?
I enjoy keeping this machine because it lets me see exactly how far I can push a now 12 year
Yeah,
old.
that part's fun.
And this 12-year-old machine still outperforms anything I've ever owned. I mean, it's
Mhm.
and mine is probably the crappiest one out of all 6 of us here right now, because I'm the only one with a single processor. The other 5 have duals.
I mean, how much
'Cause
longer did
I
the
got
Mac?
I got hosed by some guy.
Oh.
How much longer did the original Mac Pro last than they said that it would? I mean, it stopped at Lion, and they found ways to keep it going through El Cap.
I
And you could
actually
technically still use one
I actually
today.
still have a 1,1 in use,
Yeah,
running LCAP.
Well, I have one sitting right back behind me.
yeah.
I
So
mean,
I mean, they're still viable, but not as like a
they're
no,
very
like if you
funny.
do like what I do, graphic design. I probably could get away with it, but I wouldn't be comfortable with it.
You came close, dude. You came close to either a Mac Pro or a new iMac. What was it, a year ago? You were
Yeah.
you were itching for
Yeah.
it,
who was this? Oh, Dana.
Dana.
Yeah.
But then he said, I don't want to be this prick
But-
in MacYac that shows up being the only guy on a 7-comma.
Who's the one guy here that would have bought one?
Grudy.
No one here.
No, Grudy. I said
Well,
the one
he's
that's
not
not
here.
here.
He's not here. He's
I
not
said
here.
he's not here.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, nobody heard that. So I assume nobody here bought one of these machines brand new, because I certainly didn't.
No.
No.
Yeah.
No.
And I don't think that's going to be the case for the 7,1 either.
We're all
But Bruce did
Well,
buy
like
a
here,
G5
okay?
brand new. Remember?
Yeah, we're not talking about G5s.
Yeah, that was a very long time ago, I might add.
I bought my.
He was
1,1
young and he had the money.
when it was. I think it
I
was
was young and I had the holiday pay.
That's the closest I came. It was less
Yeah,
than a
no,
year
it's,
old.
of course, I want a 7,1 now.
Well,
I wanted
got
one yesterday, but
One quick-
I wanted a Mac Pro when it was brand new as well. I got lucky on the one that I have now when it was being used, sold used. But
Well, I have one quick question for Bruce though.
Hello.
When you bought that G5, how
See?
long was it viable for you?
That one?
Well, all the G5 users got screwed when Snow Leopard came out.
It's not to scale. Look, it lasted me a very, very long time. No doubt about that.
It had to be good for at least 5 or 6 years.
Yeah, the next computer that I bought brand new was an Intel iMac. Now, I can't remember exactly which one it is. I probably still have it somewhere, but it was, I think. But yeah, Intel iMac, and that, yeah, so that was the next computer I bought after the G5. So.
Yeah, I think the issue is that, why are we sticking to these old machines is because they're the only models that can be physically upgraded without paying $200, $300 for an external GPU card cage, or worrying about, oh, does this laptop I just got have soldered on memory or anything like that. I mean, you could get, like some people are saying in the chat, a Mac Mini or a MacBook Pro and plug a bunch of Medusa cables into it and prolong the life of it. However, I think that anything that you would be doing to that machine would, I don't know if it makes sense in our particular lifestyles. I mean, I would rather have a tower where everything's plugged in. I don't have to worry about all these adapters, because as soon as you add on, I don't care who you are, as soon as you add on USB cables or adapters or anything, it's going to be something a little bit finicky. Not that there isn't when you're doing the internal stuff as well. I just think the Mac Pro is better suited to it.
I want a machine my cats can't knock off the desk.
Then you want the Mac Pro 7,1.
Look at this bullshit.
I would, if I could justify spending $5,000 on a new one, I would do it. But I haven't even paid. My car didn't even cost me $5,000.
All right, guys. When I hit the lottery, I'm going to buy all you guys one. All right.
All right, record this.
Deal.
Record this.
We got that on video.
This is going live. This is on.
I said when I hit the lottery.
I'll have a brand new Mac Pro, a 7,1 Mac Pro, and I'll still be driving around in a 20-year-old Saturn. Okay. That's okay with me.
And Greg didn't specify which lottery, so if he wins $2, we're all getting Mac Pros.
No. But Mike, that Saturn will go through a ground up restoration before you start driving it again.
Well, luckily, I love my car as much as I love my computer. So, I mean, I just spent like $360 freaking on the piece of junk.
If you were in New Jersey, that would have been triple.
You need AC. You need AC.
Yeah, I need AC.
Good Lord.
So hang on, I'm just going to do.
I need AC in my car. I don't necessarily need a new Mac Pro. And I've never been one of those geeks that has to be up on top of everything. Even when I wasn't using Macs on a full-time basis, my PCs averaged between 5 and 6 years old before I would upgrade them.
Yeah.
What are you here, Bruce?
Well, this is every single Geekbench result I've ever uploaded.
Oh.
So this is every single Mac that I've ever tested, and this includes some that I've repaired, some that I own, some that I don't own. And I just feel like this is a fairly good reason, a very good demonstrator as to why we hang on to these things. I mean, here is a 2017. Oh, sneezy.
Pretty fucking impressive. For a 2012
It's intake.
for 5,000.
Sorry?
Well, Bruce, that's the exact reason why I sold my 27-inch Retina or iMac 27-inch.
Really?
2017. Yes.
This is the first we're hearing of it.
Look at the scores. No, because of when I got my Mac Pro, it outperformed that 2017 like you wouldn't believe.
We are all deeply aware of this, Greg.
But look at the score right there. I mean, the single core score, yeah, it sucks.
Yeah.
But the
You know what I also
multi-core-
like about my old Mac Pro? I mean, I found the German version. I've been looking for 10 minutes. I don't even remember why I started looking for this photo.
Yeah,
But,
I remember this.
I mean, by the time you're done with all the dongles, the converters,
yeah.
no.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was
All in
saying.
one
You could,
tower.
if you're going to do that with the Mac Pro, do that with the Mac Mini. It's like
Yeah.
the cost is going to get to you either by convenience or another way. You're not.
You know what I wanted was for somebody to create. Go back to that picture for a sec. I wanted somebody to create an external enclosure that contained all of that stuff, but it looked just like the Mac Pro. Maybe a little bit bigger, or whatever. But
and at the top is a little shoe for your Mac Mini.
yeah, and even better, you could like stack one on top of the other with some sort of locking mechanism and a gap for airflow to come in.
I do have to say, I think it was Sonnet and one other company made really cool rack mounts for the Trash Can Mac Pro. It holds two of them on their side. It was pretty sweet. But
I had to highlight that one.
Yeah.
I'll get it in there.
You can get it in there. It's just not going to hold.
Does it have to be full, or can I just fold it up?
A 20-gallon bag will fit in there easy, but it won't hold 20 gallons.
Nah, semantics now.
Mike has transformed into a cat.
Yep.
It
is. No, it's not midnight yet. So I don't know what happened.
That's Gremlins.
Well, guys, I think I'm going to bail out of here, but
yeah, Steve wants to stream, so we gotta make space.
Yeah.
Did you actually prepare your area already, Steve?
I'm not sure. Can two of us stream with the software?
I'm not streaming with this software.
I don't know. What are you going to stream with?
This abomination over here.
OBS?
Yeah, because I have the multiple cameras and all that garbage.
We were promised that Dana was going to unpack his sound sticks, but lies.
Do you want me to do it?
Oh
no, I unpacked some yesterday. So
you could tease that for your next stream. How about that, Dave?
All right.
It could be an unpack and chat extraordinaire.
Or I'll just.
Well, I'm going to bail out, guys. So we'll catch you guys later.
Okay.
See you, GT.
Goodbye.
Yes, I'm the bully of the group. Everybody listens.
Yep.
I'm streaming now.
Streamers.
That's exactly how it went down.
Hey, you just get that iMessage audio, and you're like, "Oh, well."
So he types it in the messages chat.
You better stream. What are we typing? What?
No, I said
that's exactly how Steve types it in the messages chat.
Yeah. The stream! It's like 5 exclamations.
Get to the stream channel. That was terrible.
No,
that was me doing Steve doing
that was going to stream. So then Dana said, "Oh, let's do impromptu stream." And then I said, "Why don't we do it on your channel?" And that's how this came to be. So,
and I said,
"It was fun."
Well, that'll be easy because I can log into Stream Duck, and I'll just set up my own little motif.
Oh, Mr. H is not familiar with Arnold.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
The running gag is I do terrible impersonations.
Yes.
He really does, but that
so
makes them
mine
awesome.
earlier was terrible because it was me impersonating Steve impersonating him.
It got messy.
I'm stripping the screws.
No, when Bruce and I tried to do dueling repairs, that was a different excitement. I don't know if we'd redo that. although I will admit, I took that video file, Bruce, into Final Cut Pro, and I started chopping it down, and I got to a half hour, and then we had like 40 minutes left, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to put a pin in this.
Get to the chopper. Yeah, no way. Yeah. Anyone who's going to watch it?
I will say the first 30 minutes I've cut in a way where it's actually, in my personal opinion, entertaining to watch.
Awesome.
But I am running out of
stream.
I am running out of system beeps to obscure our language, though.
Yeah, because we did some swears.
What the?
I can send you clink clank.
Clink clank.
Or monkey, yeah.
If you need the system software sounds, just say something. I have all of them.
Oh, yeah.
Replace them with Power Mac 601 startup chimes. The worst of the worst.
Or better yet, the crash sound from the Power Mac 6100.
That's a cool sound. I like
that.
Or
scared
Mike's
the crap out of
imitation
me as a
broken
kid.
fan.
Or yeah, you far with a broken fan.
I think that's an awesome sound.
Oh,
So,
boy.
Steve, what can we expect? How long do we have to wait?
Just give me like 10 minutes. I have to go downstairs and see the bunnies first. It's going to be less than that, you dork.
Who's Mike talking to? Your
He
cats
has
don't-
people over.
Oh, he does?
Yeah,
I'm surprised he jumped in.
That's why he was busy before.
Hi, Mike's sister. What is this? I don't
Is it
know.
a sister?
I don't know. I think
We love you, Mike.
What?
it's
like-
hanging. We'll never know.
Get,
I was
get
like-
these crazy people off
I
my
was like, who
computer.
are you talking to? Your cats aren't that tall.
Me?
Well, they learn
Yeah.
to stack on top of
I'm
each other.
talking to my sister.
I didn't know she was still there.
I knew it.
My sister's
Hi,
here
Mike's sister.
and driving me nuts.
Okay, I'm going to exit.
Before
All right, so
things start
everybody,
getting fun.
everybody move over to Steve's channel.
Okay.
yes, you guys are welcome to join.
Thanks, everybody, for coming to my live stream.
Very well done, Dana.
I'm
do
sure
more
I'll
of
get
these.
lots of subscribers after this.
Like and
It looks so
subscribe.
professional.
Tell them what to do with the button, Dana.
You must smash it.
You do
Oh,
what
come
you
on.
have to do.
Do what you
You
have to do.
Hey, we have a question in the chat. Who's still using an Airport Extreme?
Me. Which one's that one?
No, I'm not.
Which one's that one?
Which Airport
is that
Extreme
the-
are you referring to? Are you referring to the flying saucer, the pancake, or the tower?
Yeah, I'm using the tower, the time capsule.
I'm using the pancake.
I got the pancake too.
And the UFO.
I'm using
want
a
pancakes now.
non-Apple.
You know, interestingly enough, that pancake one. I mean, I got updates to that even quite recently. That thing still works really freaking well.
Oh yeah, it works
Yeah.
beautiful.
It works because it
Gen 6.
literally does nothing. It has the most basic of basic router options, which is what makes it so reliable.
So I
I
heard
need
the
to see
one.
if I can into it.
I heard
What?
that the one that's shaped like the tall cube is crap.
Wow. Yeah, they're somewhat unreliable. They
Okay.
they have a tendency to
Well,
over. At least the
time
time
capsules.
capsule models do. I think the non-time capsule ones are fine because I actually have a few of those in use at my stepdad's garage, and I've never had issues with them. Now I have a pancake here. I think it's the 4th gen, and I use it for Wi-Fi because the Wi-Fi on my Comcast modem is about as reliable as
Comcast.
anything. So I use Airport, and then I have a UFO too that I use for older machines. What?
Bruce, are you watching?
I don't know. He started spazzing out, so I did it too.
No,
I don't know.
something good happened.
Oh, cool. What's her name? Never mind.
Yeah.
Ah,
All right. Well, everybody go over and watch Steve's stream.
All right.
I don't know what he's going to be doing, but I'll probably be sleeping.
Probably gonna
in the
set
next
something
hour.
on fire and jump when something explodes.
how does it feel to do stuff, Dana?
It feels like Mac-Yak, actually.
I know. I had no idea we were all going to be.
I know. I thought it was going to be you and me and maybe Steve
Yeah.
because I was like, Bruce is working. He won't be here.
Oh,
Snot
continue to
glasses
work.
and all.
Oh, by the way, I have uploaded that Tech Talk. If people want to go and have a look at it before I make it go public on the Mac-Yak, this is totally unrelated to this stream.
Just make it go public. Oh, we
But
lost
you
Mike.
can. I need other people to look at it, see that I've done anything right. I don't want to be held responsible if something's fucked.
Were you going to put the link in the chat there or what? Or private
We
chat?
are kind of waiting on a link since it's unlisted.
Except it's on the Mac-Yak channel. Doesn't everyone here have rights to view that?
Not the people viewing right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll put it in there.
We're
coming.
by that
Everybody
giant
gets a-
microphone.
Everybody gets a sneak peek of one of our new attempts
The
to.
microphone itself is, it's not that big. It's more the mount and all that. This is a Blue Yeti X.
Yeah. See, I have the same one, but it's red. So that's
Red.
rather red.
And I bought it straight from Blue or Yeti or Logitech now.
I got mine from the Amazon, and I don't mean the river basin.
I think it's time to go.
Yeah, we're gonna end this
I just posted it.
debacle.
Oh, where?
You did? Where? What did you
No,
do?
Dana posted it. You have no proof it
Well,
was
yeah,
you.
I'm pretending to be Dana.
Ah,
I don't see it. Oh, there it is. Came
Yeah,
up.
chat.
Hey, how about that? Everybody, go and watch that. Give us your feedback. Can they give us feedback?
Probably.
Just
They can
make
leave
it
comments
yeah.
and stuff.
Just make it
comments are
public.
available.
So, subscribe, hit that bell.
Do what you have
you
to
gotta
do.
do. Someday we're gonna have to explain this joke, and we're gonna look so stupid for doing it.
No, and we don't. We don't. It's an inside thing. People can appreciate that. All I just have to do is
Okay.
this.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna watch this anyway. I have 73 subscribers, and most of them are probably bots.
Still, it might be a very
All right.
sensitive bot in there.
Yeah, well, snowflake bot. Okay, everybody.
Bye, friends.
I'll do something again sometime. So bye.
See you next year.